We're gonna do shitty unprepared rant video this week because I'm being overworked. Yes, corporate overlords, I absolutely love working 6 days a week. I love having to work 6 days in a row, have one day off, and then work another 6 days in a row. It's really good for my mental health and my physical health. I shouldn't have knee problems at the age of 20, but here we are. That's not the point of the video. My friend and I got to talking a couple days ago. Maybe, yeah, it was a couple days ago. It wasn't yesterday. I don't know what day it is, what time it is. I don't know where I am. It's fine. And we got to the conversation of parasocial relationships and the commodification of like real people. And we've both been in fandoms for a very long time, at least since we were 11. That's a decade of fandom experience from both of us. We've seen some shit, probably some shit that we shouldn't have seen at the ages we saw them, but, you know, can't undo that now, can we? We, exchanged stories on, some of the weird shit we've seen, crazy stans do. We brought up some interesting points on parasocial relationships and the commodification of real people. People think their one-way relationship with any type of person with a following, F-list to A-list celebrity, has weight to it. This is definitely the anarchist in me, maybe, but the extent to which people will defend their faves is beyond insane to me. They act like any criticism of their fave is a criticism of them, and they will lay down their life to defend them on the internet. You don't have to do that, first and foremost. I don't know why you feel the need to do that. It's very fucking weird considering this elite American celebrity that you are trying to defend probably would squash you like a bug if given the chance. I feel this especially with Western celebrities, particularly US celebrities. It's extremely... I don't get Western stans because, like, it doesn't get more elite in the world than being a rich American. These are the people that, benefit from the imperialism that the United States does. These are the people that exploit people to get these riches, and you are laying down your life on Twitter defending someone that wouldn't even look your way if you were dying on the street. Like, there is this element of I don't get it with other types of celebrities across the world too, but particularly United States celebrities, I never understood it because it literally does not get more egotistical, selfish, and evil than a United States celebrity. A rich person in the United States is just, they're like a cartoon villain. I don't understand how people will just put themselves through hell on Twitter for a person that does not give a shit about you. You could die and they would not care. God, a few years ago now, I made a video like where I just said unpopular opinions about like Western celebrities. And like they're unpopular opinions. People were mad. Duh. But I think what really perplexed me about it was that concept. The concept that these people wanted to defend these celebrities that do not give a shit about them at whatever cost. I don't know how to tell you this, but Cardi B isn't gonna suck you off because you defended her in a YouTube comment section. You are getting so heated and upset trying to defend a celebrity that doesn't give a shit about you or anybody else in the working class. Like, and some of these people, like, I don't even think we're even stans of these people that they were defending. They just want to defend the rich elites in the United States. Hey, have you considered not being a fucking bootlicker? Have some self-respect. But I do think, however, that the stans that tried to defend these celebrities, right? I do think there is an element of parasocial relationship there. They feel the need to defend this celebrity because they think it's a personal attack on them, because they think that they are friends with this celebrity, that they have some type of relationship with this celebrity. You don't. This celebrity, once again, would walk past you if you were dying on the street. They don't care about you. I actually had somebody ask me the other day, how would you feel about like a celebrity X-reader fan fiction that has no smut in it? Obviously, it's not as immoral, but I will say that that is like the biggest fucking exemplification of how parasocial relationships are leading to a lot of like unhealthy relationships with celebrities. Whether you think it's immoral or not, it's extremely fucking unhealthy to be constantly fantasizing about dating a person that you have never met before, you probably will never meet, and if you do meet, it'll be for 4 seconds to get a selfie. The human mind is so complex, but it is also so fragile that the reason why I feel like it's unhealthy to be constantly fantasizing about a relationship with, you know, a real person that you have never met before is that your mind almost like creates like a real relationship. There is like actual chemical shit going on in your brain as you create that relationship in your head. It is causing a seriously unhealthy attachment with, you know, like the chemicals in your brain and shit. Because, mind you, it's still one way. You're creating this fantasy in your head that will never come true, and your brain is almost making it real to you because that's what brains do. They're fucking awful. And yet, the celebrity doesn't even know you exist. You can say that I'm exaggerating all you want, but I have seen this firsthand. There was this video I saw of a girl that was like, Taehyung, I am proposing to you. You are now my boyfriend. I know we've never met, but we are now in a relationship. And she was dead serious, by the way. It wasn't satire. Sometimes things aren't satire. I know it's hard to, you know, comprehend. But yeah, sometimes people do stupid shit and it's not for fun and games. It does get to that point. There are people that get to that point because the brain has such a hard time differentiating reality from fantasy, which is why I warn people about being a little too in your head all the time, because you will start to have a hard time differentiating reality from your own fantasy, you know? And it's not hard to get to a point where you become deluded almost. I don't know if it's as immoral, it's a little creepy. I'm gonna be real with you, inserting yourself in a relationship with a person that doesn't know you exist is a little creepy. It does get worse when it goes beyond like even a friendship parasocial relationship. It gets worse when you start inserting yourself into relationships, like romantic and or sexual relationships with these people one-sidedly. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen shit I wish I didn't. The extent to which these people turn these real human beings into their own fantasy boyfriend, girlfriend, etc., into their own fantasy, like, perfect porn person it's creepy. It's hella creepy. I'm not gonna say that it's much different in the West than it is in the East, because I hate it when people do that, because it shows that they're kind of ignorant to how the United States music industry works. But I will say that Korea is more upfront about it. They're a bit more honest about their commodification of their celebrities. I think the problem there is that nobody's showing much of an issue with it, which is a huge problem, because they literally will almost train and debut these idols to essentially be like characters. That's what it feels like they're doing, is they're creating characters for people to use for their own fantasies. That's why there's such an issue in Korea with idols dating, because they don't see them as people. They see them as characters. They've commodified this person, essentially. They're selling this person. And there's, something different to be said if there was at least a separation of their life and being an idol, but there isn't. There isn't a separation. It ends up seeping into their private life where they cannot date. Or if they do date, they have to do it in secret, or they get kicked out of the company, or, somebody finds out and everybody goes apeshit. All the deluded stans go apeshit thinking that they had a chance with this idol in the first place. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen in the West, because it does. When, One Direction got girlfriends, for instance, there were a lot of stans that went apeshit. They lost their fucking minds because they could not fathom the idea that they were not going to be the ones to fuck One Direction or get into a relationship with One Direction, even though the chances of that were minimal. It's extremely gross to me that you try to sell people. I don't like that. It makes me uncomfortable. I've been against the concept of a brand for a very long time. It's restrictive. It treats the person like a product rather than a person. It's like you're treating this person like they're a knick-knack from Target. That's a person. I also noticed, with K-pop stans at least, because that they think that they're friends with these people, that they know these people, and with the commodification, treating these celebrities like a product, there almost becomes a point where they start creating headcanons for real people. Yes, this is kind of like this is a thing I've been seeing. I've been seeing this for a while, actually. They'll create headcanons for these idols, despite the fact that they're real people and not anime characters. And that's the biggest fucking problem I have with K-pop right now, is that they do treat them like they're anime characters. For instance, Luna's fandom recently sort of gave a lot of criticism to a tweet that joked that Hyunjin from Luna probably has beef with at least 5 Luna members. And I was very glad to see that Orbits were like, dude. I was very glad to see that there were some people with, some semblance of sanity left, to say hey, stop doing this. That's kind of what I mean. They'll create headcanons for real people as if they know them at all. Stop forcing this real person who is not one-dimensional into this box you've created for them where they need to be mean all the time. This is not a one-dimensional person. You also don't even know them. I also think that's not even her brand. Y'all just pushed her into that. I don't even think Blockberry Creative made Hyunjin mean as a branding. I think you guys forced that brand on her. The extent to which you will defend people that wouldn't even look your way, the extent to which people actually believe they have a chance in a sexual or romantic relationship with these people, the extent to which they've turned these people into, a product, a consumable product, it's so gross. You can do that shit with anime characters all you want. I don't care. They aren't real. What I don't want you doing that to is a real person. I don't care if their job is entertainer. That doesn't mean that you can turn them as a person into a consumable product. It's such a weird concept to me, and I just don't like it. They themselves, their person, is not the product for you to consume. Their work might be a product for you to consume. Their music, their performances, that might be a product that you can consume. But them as a person, they're not a product. They're not a brand, and I'm against the idea of having a person brand. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I've gone over before how I feel about the sexualization of celebrities and whatnot. I've gone over some of this before, where it's just, I find a lot of it really weird and really fucking creepy. Moral of the story, please be a normal human being. Stop being weird. Is it that hard?